Welcome to Stuck in My Mind podcast, the show where we dive into the mind of a regular guy on his road to self-discovery. You'll hear everyday people just like you share the latest topics, personal stories, and things they've learned along the way. And now, please welcome your host, Wise.
And welcome to another episode. I am your host, W-I-Z-E, and my guest next has an amazing story. I want him to come on and tell you his story. Welcome to the show, KC. Well, he's a fellow podcaster. Let me also add that on. He has a podcast as well. But let me get him on so he can tell his story. Welcome to the show, KC Matthews. Hey, what's going on, KC?
Man, thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you for reaching back out to me. Out of a lot of different places I've reached out to, you were one of the first ones to not only respond, but allow me to be a part of your show. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you got to understand, I'm all about, I have a friend who's transgender, but he's from male to female, and she's amazing. I love Audrey. She's a great person, good heart, and I'm very supportive of her and that group in particular, because you have to support everybody. My platform is for everyone. I don't discriminate against anyone. As long as you're out there putting out good content, positive content, then I'm down to fuck with you. That's all. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Period. We both humans. We both rocking some good content. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. Yeah, I can't even begin to say. I think that the first time when I did reach out to you, I'm still on the verge of the verge of finding my way and learning everything that I can learn about this, because it is new. It is new to me. Having a podcast is new to me. Talking openly and broadly to people is new to me. I'm a very introverted person, so. Yeah, it's a new thing in my life that I'm learning, but I feel like maybe this is the road that God has for me. So I'm willing to give it my all and see where it takes me. So far, since the last time I've spoken to you, I've been named the finalist of the Independent Shorts Award just last week. So right now I'm actually in LA. This past week was the Indie Awards, which I got an invite to. So things that are moving very fast, very quickly, and I'm just trying to learn what I can, mostly on YouTube and wherever else people would give me the information to,
Bro, believe me, I'm self-taught in a lot of things I do. When I first started, I was strictly audio, and I did all the editing for my podcast. I did everything. The promotion, I looked for what platform was good for me. I did my research. People be like, it's hard. Listen, it's hard to do when you do it yourself. It's kind of hard to do the stuff that you got to do to get your podcast going, but it's so worth it when you really put it out there, because you put a lot of work into it. You put a lot of effort into it, and that's one thing. Independent podcasters that don't have a machine behind them are some of the most hardest working people I know. And
right.
It's true, because the work you have to put into this, man. You have to be dedicated. If you're not dedicated to it, then it's just a hobby.
Right.
So then you just release it whenever you want to release it. But for me, I fell in love with it. This is something like you. I wasn't a boisterous person. I'm more laid back, more keep stuff to myself and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I pressed record and started recording my podcast, I don't shut up now. I just can't shut the fuck up now.
See, I like you got the microphone, you got all of that. I'm still like kind of building everything, like, and I could honestly say, like, those very words you just said, as far as, a hobby, like, I kind of started thinking like, dang, because for me, because I am introvert, like, I'm up and down, I was doing it when I wanted to, I don't have the professional equipment. I just have my headphones and, the Anchor app is where I started. But I wasn't really feeling encouraged because, to be honest, like, I didn't have a million subscribers, a million viewers. A lot of people really tapping in and wanting to hear my podcast and stuff. And so for me, it kind of made me feel like, maybe it's not. But I learned a very huge life lesson. And that life lesson was when Film Freeway gave me the opportunity to submit onto their platform, and from there to different film festivals. And here I am today, like the finalist of the Independent Shorts Award. And like I said, I don't have a million views, a million subscribers, a million episodes, but it's real and it's truth and it's authentic. And the right people saw me. And so since then, I've really been feeling more encouraged, because obviously, like, they see something in me that I didn't never see in myself. They like what I'm doing. And also they gave me that chance, being trans, it's been a struggle my whole life, just getting my foot in the doors, being able to sit at certain tables, that I didn't feel that I was worthy to sit at. So I feel like they changed the trajectory of my life. They gave me a chance, and that's all I ever wanted. I do on my podcast. It's called the Unheard Stories of People's Lives, and it's on Anchor, Spotify, and like 30 other different platforms. And basically, what I do is I tap into the lives of people's stories. Me as just a person, although I feel like I'm introverted and just walk in this world alone, people always gravitate towards me and feel comfortable enough just starting to talk to me. So I felt like in every person's story, I find something that I take away from it. I learn from other people's mistakes and stories. And so when people tell me their stories, I always walk away with something. And then for me, I say that if only I could touch one person's life, I feel like I've done my job. So I use my platforms to uplift and encourage people and give them that space to be able to share. So I walk the streets of San Francisco, talk to the homeless population. I have men and women calling from the prisons, giving them an opportunity to tell their stories. My mom got on there and told her drug abuse story as to why all 9 of her kids was in foster care growing up. And I had someone reach out to me, an elder of the community, very known person, and tell me how inspired she was by that. So, that's kind of just where I am, where it started, and not knowing where I'm going, but I'm willing to learn and take advice and see where it takes me.
The first thing you did is press record, bro. That's what you did. That's where you started. That's how you start. A lot of people ask, how do I start? Listen, you have, like you said, you have your phone using the Anchor app and your earbuds. That's all it takes. Me, I started with a little 160 podcast studio that I purchased on Amazon on 2019. That I was supposed to do a sports podcast with a friend of mine. Him and his girl got pregnant, so he couldn't do it because he had a newborn. So fast forward to 2020, I get furloughed from my job, and I just decided to press record, and I'm talking to my nephew on the phone, and we just give a simple introduction, 5 minutes. It's not even that long, but it was just breaking the ice. It was just me pressing record, stepping out of my comfort zone, and breaking the ice. And from there on, I've probably recorded almost 200 episodes now.
Wow.
I've released 133 today.
Wow, congrats.
So yeah, so I've been grinding, and sometimes I have to stop so I don't burn myself out. But I have so much content that I could program it where I don't miss a beat. Right. I've put in so much work now that if I miss a couple of weeks of not recording, I have content to fall back on where I can schedule the next couple of weeks with episodes. I could probably schedule the rest of this year without having to record another episode.
That's smart.
But it's also being consistent. It's also wanting this. So when I figured out this is what I wanted to do, this is the platform. This is where I know I found my passion. I found what I love to do, and who knew I had a voice. Like, I've always heard you have a deep voice, but people started hearing me like, yo, you got a radio voice. You have something for this. You have it. You have it. You can do it. And so at first I was very self-conscious of myself, because you always hear yourself. You're like, who want to hear me? I sound horrible. Like, and people are like, are you stupid? Are you crazy? Bro, you sound good. Just keep working, keep doing it. You're gonna improve with every episode. And I've been growing, developing. I've switched to now video, which me and you're doing. We're recording the video. That's one big thing that I just started in September. I just got my page over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Excited about that. Thank you. And it's just being consistent. So my advice to you is keep doing what you're doing, even if it's just with your phone, whatever, until you're ready, until you can invest in better equipment, and then you get the mic, you get the mixer. All that comes with time.
Right.
But don't stop what you're doing. Keep doing the content. Keep doing your phone. Even if it's like a 20-minute thing or whatever it is, just keep producing content and keep putting out your podcast.
Thank you so much for that. I have slowly been built like I'm a fan of OfferUp. It's actually addiction. I need to stop, but I found a lot of stuff on there, good stuff, So I have like the microphone, like a little microphone, the headphone. The biggest thing I'm trying to find is the board that they said. I think it's a condenser board or something like that you would need to hook the microphone into the, all that.
You could get one of those. They have inexpensive ones. You don't have to go because you like me. I went and I invested in the holy grail of podcast equipment, the Rodecaster Pro.
Oh, the Rodecaster.
So for me, I saw the worth of the investment because it saves me on editing. Right. It saved a lot of things because I have everything on it. Like, so when I would start the show, I had my intro right there. I hit the intro, play it. Outro, play it. So it helped me cut down on my editing time. Not having to put an intro or outro and then do all that. So
it looks good, by the way. Yeah. It looks good. When you coming in, I was like, wow, like how did you do that?
Oh, well, well, that here using StreamYard, that intro, like that video, I did that on Canva. A lot of the stuff it's so, let me see how you put it. It's like it's so easy sometimes. Like there's so many things out there that we can use to help us improve what we're doing. There's a lot of free programs out there. Audacity is one of them. When I want to edit my podcast, I use Audacity to do the audio. It's free. I don't have and so that was great. Canva is another. They have a free part of it where you can, if you since I started doing my YouTube channel, I had to create thumbnails. Canva is great for that. Canva is great for a lot of things. I've started designing logos for people using Canva.
Oh, that's good. I might have to, because I'm trying to figure out a logo or something. I'm moving in that direction. But man.
Listen, I'll give you the hookup, bro. I'll give you the hookup, man.
I need it.
I give you the homie hookup, man. Definitely, man.
Hey, it's a grant. I'm not sure where you located at, but out here in California, it's this grant I was gonna try to go for. Because actually, I got approved to open nonprofit housing, but once again, YouTube videos trying to figure everything out. And I realized that people don't want to really help out because everybody's going after that same pot of gold. But for me, it's just housing. Being trans has always been an issue for me. So I just want to be able to help people, not to be able to feel how I felt growing up in foster care. But there's this grant actually the end of this month coming out, and it's from Berkeley Science Center, and they're giving up to $5,000. My neighbor actually gave it to me. He works at San Francisco Chronicle, but it's for a $5,000 to $50,000 grant for people who basically is in journalism, podcasting, that can connect the two of storytelling, how and it changing people's lives. Basically, they're realizing that how people who tell the story, journalism, stuff like that, giving people opportunities on platforms.
Yeah, like I have my show, my pod. Like when I saw your profile when you sent me the message, I'm like, oh, that fits perfect with what I want. Mm-hmm. I'm all about giving people their flowers now, their opportunities now, and not wait to like. You have an amazing story. You was in the foster care system. I'm sure I could imagine when you was growing up, the confusion you was going through with everything. And so when I read it, I was like, this is what I want. This is what my program is about. Having people on to tell their stories. Because if one person hears that story, I did my job.
Right. See?
I did what I'm supposed to do. Seriously. See? I've had people reach out to me from listening to an episode. Like I had an episode with me and my high school friend we did. He's a real estate agent in Brooklyn. We was just talking about manifestation, goal setting, things that we were doing ourselves, implementing ourselves in our lives. And that's how we gained whatever success we were gaining. And another classmate of ours heard the podcast, and she messaged me, and she was like, just the fact that I knew you guys and know where y'all coming from, I'm like thinking to myself, like, yo, these dudes, I grew up with them. If they can do it, why can't I do it?
Right.
So she started her own business. And when she told me that, I'm like, damn, that's the kind of reach I want to have. Like I said, if it's just one person, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right. So it sounds like we on the same level, because I say that's what I live by, you know. And for me, it's like, as a kid, I didn't have a voice. I accepted anything I put up. So I found more comfort as a runaway in the streets. Like, nobody accept me. They trying to get me to conform to who they want me to be, but this isn't me. I can't be with my family. My mom's on drugs. My dad's in prison. Like, I'd rather be I'm the runaway. You know, I was the 6th of 9. So, you know, I believed in that black sheep thing. Oh, my life is all. And at 18, when God really sat me down, I wound up doing 10 years in prison. So I've only been out 3 years. August to be 4 years. And when I did get out, I didn't go back to LA. I wanted a place where I didn't know nobody. I wanted
you want to get away from your environment. Listen,
yes,
I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, and I grew up during a time where it was the precinct I grew up in was the murder capital of the world at that time. Like, this is when New York was the wild, wild west. And in my hood, you either got murdered or went to jail. You didn't succeed. So for me to get out of there without going to jail, without not being murdered, shot at, I've never been shot, none of that, and make something of my life, especially, I come from a line of hustlers, man. My brothers, everybody are hustlers. They were in the streets. They did what they did. And I've kind of fell that in that path. And I was blessed to find someone to lead me off that path, and before I really got into serious trouble. And I was able to turn my life around, and then tragedy hit. I lost my wife to a car accident at 31, and I spiraled out of control again, like, but being self-destructive to myself, not hurting my community, hurting myself, drinking bottles of tequila every day, just getting drunk every day. And it was a hard time, but God blessed me and helped me out of that. I went to therapy. I got me help, and I fell in love again. And I found me a woman that supports me and has my back and believes what I'm doing. She could have easily been like, yo, dude, you're 40 something years old. What you talking about? You want to start a podcast? What's wrong with you? But no, she sees that I'm passionate about it. She sees that I love it. She sees the good I'm doing from it. And she's 100% behind me. She's my biggest fan, even though she doesn't listen to the podcast.
It's the lived experience. And going back to what you said about, like, people not wanting to hear your voice and stuff, like, it's like, so people are visual, audio learners and stuff like that. You know, like, some people can understand what you're saying more with their eyes closed and just listening, or some people may understand more with the video aspect of it, you know. But ultimately, in the end, like, to me, what I hear from you is so they say, like, you have a deep voice. So your voice is deep. It's to be heard, right? Like, a person will listen to a person who has a deep voice, like, hey, listen to me, like, not yelling. You could say, hey, listen to me, without even being aggressive, but they can hear it in you. Like my dad he had a very dominating voice and tone, and we knew when he was serious, you know. But then also to have that lived experience with it and to be able to talk about things, people could take away from that is what I feel. And, you know, even for me, I feel like, I never talked to people. I held everything in. And so only now that I learned, once people start listening to me and, like, telling me how inspiring things was, did I say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put myself out there just to be able to help other people if that's what it does. Because in all reality, I can go through society and pass as a cis man. Like, people don't know that I'm transgender unless I tell them, you know. Other than that, they see a man when they see me. But I said to myself, when I lay down on the pillow at night and I'm laying with myself and my thoughts, I know the truth. I know that I was born female. I know those truths. But if I'm passing in society and I'm at a state in my life where I'm okay and I don't have to deal with like a lot of the harassment like my trans women do in their communities, then why not throw my hand back down to help other people going through that same road that I went through? You know, I'm comfortable now, but other people are going
No,
through
yeah,
it.
I understand what you're
So
talking about because Audrey, she's going through something similar where people are just horrible. People are just horrible people, and but she is one of the most strongest person I know, and she's been through a lot. She's tried to end it. She's done so many, and she I'm proud of her, man. She dropped her book. She's doing very big things now with reality shows and all a bunch of other things. But I've seen the growth, and she just celebrated 1 year since her transformation, and she has some surgeries coming up, and I'm like I support everything she does. Every time she's promoting in something, I'm supporting it. I'm sharing it. And that's how but that's with everyone. That's how it doesn't matter to me. It's if you're my friend, I'm gonna support you in any way I can. If you have a book and I could buy and have money at the time to buy the book, I'm gonna buy the book. And if it's just sharing your posts or sharing whatever you're creating, whatever your content in, then that's how I do it. I try the best way possible to share to support people, and because how do you expect people to support you if you don't support?
right. It's getting your good karma back, I believe. And without people knowing, like it's anything that people do for me, I always like am gratitude. I have gracious gratitude, and I'm very humble for it because number one, and I always say like I really respect the people who are A, not my skin color, B, who are in a different tax bracket than me, and C, who could really be there and stand up for my rights and who I am as a person, whether it be no, we support them, or what's wrong is wrong, is right, or you know, and because it's putting their self in harm's way as well as just trying to be protective and understanding of gender that a lot of people aren't accepting and understandable as, but also like you're advocating for me and we're different skin colors, like you're supporting me and then my gender to society openly, like that means a lot, and I'm always very grateful when I see and meet people like that because it shows me that there are still good people in the world, and like not everybody is of hate and comes from hate and have a small mind and not want to open their mind and be accepting and stuff too. So yeah, I definitely appreciate even hearing you support, you know, the trans woman. Like you will definitely get your good karma back, and even if not in this world, like God knows your heart, and that's how He'll continue to provide. Like, you know, so I thank you for even letting me be here today. Like I said, it meant a lot. Not only did you respond, you also invited me on, so I really appreciate it.
Because like I said, it's I'm about sharing. People, it's amazing that you'd be amazed. Everybody has a story. Everyone has a story. Seriously, I've spoken to so many people, and everyone has a story to tell. And I wanted to provide that platform. I wanted to be that platform. And it's not all about coming on and just promoting whatever you're doing. I want the people to know you as a person. So that's why, as my show is not really structured, it's more about conversation and all that. Yeah, you're here, you talk about the stuff you got going on as well, but you also talk about yourself, and you let the people in. And that's what I love about this is being allowing people inside to see you, learn who you are, and that's why I try to be my true self. I just try to be my authentic self as much as possible. Is there's some things that haven't I don't you there's some things you don't share with people, but for the most part, this is me. This is who I am. I don't try to be more than I am. I don't try to act bigger than what I am. I just try to be me, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, Okay, that's their choice. That's their opinion. I don't. For a while, people's opinion mattered, but as you get older, you realize it doesn't.
Mm,
What matters is what you feel and what you want to accomplish.
right, right. You spoke on all the things I live by, so that's real. That's cool, and you inspired me so to keep pushing and um, I needed to hear that consistency because I've said that to myself. Consistency is my thing, and
And listen,
um,
don't worry about the listens, the follow. All that is gonna come. All that will come. Believe me, it will come. Like I've been doing it since April of 2020, going almost 2 years now. And this month here is looking like it's gonna be my best month ever.
that's good. But
And it might just push me over 7,000 downloads. And it's taking time. Like it's taking time to build up the downloads, to build up the following, but it feels good when you start reaching goals and accomplishments. Like when I said I started my YouTube page in September, I'm at 1,000 subscribers now. All I need is work on my hours, and who knows, I might get monetized. But
have you seen that? I don't mean to cut you off. Have you seen the 1,000K thing? I just got an invite to that. It's a 5-day thing.
Yeah, I'm doing that actually.
Me too. I am too.
I was on there. I was on there today.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool.
Yeah, I
So
signed
I
up.
actually have a page too, but I don't really, my brother say he seen something in me, so he's got it set up for me, but I haven't really did much with it. But yeah, through Spotify and Anchor, they actually it's not out yet, but they pick and choose who they want. So they did choose me to be able to do the video aspect of it. So I just need to look into more how to, get that going, video podcast part. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see you on there too, though. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but
well, it was actually today. Did you were there today for the first
1,000K? No,
yeah. They had the stream today. They had it started today, and it's going on for the next 4 days after now. For now, next 4 days. Tomorrow's meeting is at 12 my time. It's like 9. It's almost at 10 o'clock your time. Some stuff like that. But it's yeah. It was a great thing today.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, listen. I sign up for as many programs that I can. So, because I don't know everything, I'm still growing. I'm still developing. Like I said, I'm self-taught in a lot of the things that I'm doing. Editing my podcast with the audio. I YouTubed it. YouTube is my friend when it comes to me learning any system, like anything like Audacity, the video software that I use. All that I've learned watching YouTube videos.
I'm gonna write that name Audacity down.
Yeah, free software.
Audacity.
And since you want to do the video, OBS is another one you need to write down.
OBS.
Yes, that's what I'm using right now. So you see how I'm able to the screen.
Yeah.
I have the city in the background. That's a green screen. Okay. So that's something I've learned. Actually, I had someone on as a guest, and we had a great show. We had a great conversation that he had offered me an affiliate program to take the course on using OBS.
Oh.
And OBS is free to download, but they was teaching a course on how to use the OBS, and the fact that. And that's some of the perks you get when you do shows with people and they're feeling you. They'll offer you some of their programs for free. Like, here, I want you to do my program, and then they'll offer and so I've been blessed to gain a couple of opportunities where people offered me affiliate programming and that's like I look at that as a blessing and I'm grateful for it because they believe so much in me that they're putting their brand on with me.
Right.
So for anyone to entrust their brand with me, that's like, wow, okay, that's big. That's something powerful because they believe in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just listening to a lady a podcast where she was all about the content or something, and she was really breaking it down and giving the, the inside scoop without feeling like, somebody else will take her job or something. But she was really letting us know, like, when it comes to content and stuff, like, make sure that your Facebook page, is it something that you would let your mom listen to? Like, are you posting good stuff that will interest people and educate and uplift? Like, that's what people are looking for. And so that's what brands are looking for. So yeah, they liked you and what you're talking about. And speaking of, they will feel okay with you representing it. That's cool.
Yeah, and again, it's just being consistent, and you're gonna improve with every day, man. Every time you record, you're improving. It's something you learn something from the last time you record. Like I've had plenty of mistakes, plenty of different. Like there's been times where I didn't press record, and we had a whole show,
Oh,
and the record didn't go off. As far as audio and video, I've had it where my connection was bad and I kept getting booted out of the thing. And so there's technical difficulties with everything, man. But it's how you bounce back. It's how I could have easily gotten upset over it. Like, oh no, and quit or whatever, and made that an excuse to why I don't want to do video anymore. But no, I laughed it off. Made sure I hardwire my desktop now is directly connected to my modem. There's no Wi-Fi. I don't have to worry about getting booted off Wi-Fi anymore. So that's one thing I would recommend is make sure you're always hardwired. Make sure you're wherever you're using desktop, laptop, whatever. Make sure it's always hardwired, and your connection will be fine. Because Wi-Fi, you get booted out.
Yeah. So what would you say, like, because I don't really do it in the house. I've never done it in the house actually. But like if I'm out mostly like in the field, like.
So how do you interview? They call you in? Do they call into the show?
No, if I'm walking down the street and somebody
you just interview people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Or like Anchor has a thing where you could send
links. Yeah, you can send them a link and they can join in.
Well, they could do it like a quick introductory. It's kind of like what it is. Like, oh, I'm so-and-so. It's like 15 seconds. And I guess that will go before the podcast and then like that. But other than that, it's just if I'm out on the Anchor app, you could hit record and just record the thing. And, I don't have no experience with editing, nothing. I never edited them, nothing.
I know you. I feel you. I feel you on all that because I'm a table games dealer at a casino.
Oh,
I'm not a audio guy. I'm not a video guy. All this equipment here now, I invested in and I did my research. It's it. Like, people always want to, like, seriously, if people really wanted to know, they would go and seek the knowledge. Right. They would go and find
like that Rodecaster.
Yeah.
I seen the YouTube videos of that one. They said that's the real good one. But then they just came out with something saying something better than a Rodecaster. Like it's always gonna be like that.
There's always gonna be something that's better. But I'm like right now, it's a lifesaver for me. It does so much. It saves on so much time, and I have everything running through it. I have the video. Everything is running through it. So I make sure I get the best quality sound out there.
Right. That's cool. I just got the have you heard of the Stream Deck?
Yes.
Yeah, I just got that one. The XL.
I'm getting the Elgato one.
Yeah, I haven't even opened it yet. How's it? How do you think?
I'm saving to get a certain one that's like $800. Oh. But it does so many different things. It allows me to different camera views. Like
that must be the one you plug in. I seen.
Oh, it's different ones. Like this there's like four different ones, and each one is a step above the other. But it's eventually I wanted to do different camera screens for like different camera shots for me, and so that's my next investment.
That's why I'm trying to save to get the Mevo for the different camera. There's 3 cameras, and on your phone you could do you're your own live streamer.
Yeah.
but they're like $999 right now.
Yeah.
The Mevo cameras. And then also those live stream things I've seen, they're like little decks like that, live stream, but they're in the thousands too.
They do this. Well, Elgato has one
Mm.
that's it's like almost $800, and it's dope. It's like you can do so many different things with it.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to getting it and putting it to work.
That's cool. Keep your eyes on OfferUp. They have a lot of stuff at discount. You know, people
OfferUp?
buy it and just sell it. Yeah, OfferUp, very cheap. You could pick it up from the person same day. You could get it shipped. I recommend be cautious about shipping because I did when I was supposed to come down here in December for the awards. I wanted an actual camera, like like a professional. Yeah. And this lady actually sold me one for $200. I sent her the $200 and never received my product. But I was able to get the money back because it's through third party OfferUp. And it was a protection plan. But other than that, I like to meet people same day, and I could tell you everything I have is from there. Discounted. People don't want it. Like I was just about to get an Elgato, the little stick that you put on your camera instead of it. Yeah, and $80, and right now it's like $100 and something in stores.
Well, all right. I'm this is what I can do on my OBS right now. Let me just show you. Hold on. All right, this on OBS, I can switch screens, right? Come on. Oh, it's off. No wonder it didn't work. All right, so that's my other screen. That's what I can do with the other camera. And then we're having a little tutorial here on while we do a show as well.
Thank you, definitely.
But right now that camera's acting funny, but now I can switch back to the screen.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's certain little tricks that I've learned. Certain little YouTube, man. YouTube.
Yeah.
So do your research on OBS, especially if you're gonna go to video. And it's definitely a lifesaver. Especially if like I had to get a green screen because this bedroom that I'm in has pink walls.
Oh, okay.
And I did not really like the pink walls. So, because it was my daughter's bedroom, and so now it's my studio, so I haven't had a chance to really paint it.
So it's a green screen, but through your computer, basically?
The green screen is behind me, and OBS allows you to put something on the green screen.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was just about to buy this thing that was actual pop-up green screen. You could carry it with you.
Yeah, I have a green screen behind me.
Yeah, but it comes with this software that has like 1,000 different backgrounds.
Oh, really?
Green that goes with the green screen. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the only reason. It's like $129 on Amazon.
Yeah, because I only paid $30-something for my green screen. Okay. I was like, but I don't need all that software. I guess I don't need all the software because all I got to do is I can find whatever picture I want, and I can put it on OBS,
right? And
then that's the screen I can put it up on there.
Okay, so I just need a green screen if I get OBS.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can get a green screen and get OBS. You don't have to invest all that in that software because OBS is free.
Okay.
And then if to learn about using OBS, you can go to YouTube.
Got you. I appreciate that. Running the information. I'll definitely look into that.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver, man. I'm telling you, OBS and yes, and you can record right directly onto OBS. Like you get, so I don't know if you're gonna have live guests come on. Like I don't know what you plan. I don't know how Spotify does it because I know Spotify is doing video now, and I know they're selecting. But I'm not part of Anchor. I have Podbean. Podbean has something similar as well, but it's a paid platform. Like I use the paid platform as well because there's so many different things that you can do with it. Everybody thinks free is great sometimes, but not all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I completely own my content. Podbean, my distributor, doesn't own anything on my content. I know with Anchor, you have to do an ad to keep if you have the free version of Anchor, you have to do an ad, promote an Anchor before every podcast, or airs before every podcast. I think. I'm not sure because I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
on
true.
Anchor.
That's true.
So I want to be able to monetize my podcast myself. Like I've had a friend who's just sponsored the previous 12 episodes and paid me for it. So there's different ways you can monetize yourself. You don't necessarily have to wait for the platform to do it. Like if you have some friends who have small businesses, offer them a little sponsorship deal. Hey, listen, you can do 10 episodes you get an ad run on my episode, 10 of my episodes for $15. Small business owner is going to jump at that. Because who's spending like $150 for advertisement where this company's spending thousands and thousands and millions of dollars for advertisement.
Right. But even they have this thing to where it's called ads now. I didn't know much about what you were saying, but when I did start, I had to do that. So I just did my second ad on there going before my podcast.
Yeah.
But it says that it has sponsorships, and if the sponsor pick it up, you could be paid for it, something like that, kind of active sponsors. Yeah. So I really didn't know much about that, but you just enlightened me a little bit. But they also have like ads to where you could do your own ad or they could do the ad for you, but that's starting at $250. Yeah. I was like, okay, wow.
Yeah, it's just different thing, but a lot of things, man, you can do it yourself, man. And you'll learn the tricks and you'll get it. And I already know you're going to be successful. Your podcast is going to take off. So just keep doing it, man. Just keep grinding. Just be it. Like I said, consistency is key.
Right. I'm gonna keep that in mind always. And thank you. Also, if you I would like to check out and support your YouTube as well, since I'll be getting on there and.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go there because that's where you're gonna have to get the snippet of the show and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna eventually put it on my audio podcast as well. So but that one will be a little bit after because I have a lot of audio content that I need to get out. But the video probably be out by next week.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. I definitely appreciate it.
I appreciate you being on, but right now is the time. Well, actually, no. Let's play a game. Let's play a little game, and then we'll let you go on and do your little promo. You can just plug away everything, but let's just play a little game right quick. It's called Would You Rather. I haven't been playing this. I haven't been consistent with this. All right. Would you rather your voice sound like Elmo or Kermit the Frog?
Elmo.
Elmo?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Would you rather abolish war or find a cure for every type of cancer?
Wow. That's a hard one. But I say I'd rather find a cure for different cancers.
Okay. All right. Would you rather see one of your parents have an affair or see your spouse having an affair? That's rough. I
already see my family, my mom, my dad. I go with them again because I don't want to see a spouse.
Yeah, it's like you could probably it's your mom and dad, but if this is your own spouse, you catch them like, oh man, yeah, I feel you on that one. All right, this is an easy one, and this is the last one. Would you rather eat a whole bag of marshmallows or whole jar of peanut butter at once?
Marshmallows.
Peanut
butter, you'd be clogged up.
Be sticky and stuff. It'd be your mouth be all sticky and all that. Yeah,
I got scared because I thought you was gonna say olives because I actually did that as a kid. A whole thing of the green
olives
once from Costco, and I threw up for days. I can't eat them.
Man.
So I was kind of scared at the end when you said a whole jar. Yeah.
But all right, so now it's time for you where you plug away and let everybody know where they can find your podcast and where your short is.
Okay. So this is the first time I've ever been asked anything like this. So give me some time. But so my name is KC Matthews. You could find documentaries on me that I've done with other places. The Prison Post, meeting in Sacramento with the senators, on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube page, which I just created, it's called KC's Life After Lockup on YouTube. I'm not sure how you would really find somebody like that on there, but I am on there.
I will find it and I will put it in the descriptions.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Thank you. So I can study until I get better at this. As far as my podcast, it is on Anchor, Spotify, Google.
It should be on all major platforms. Yeah, when you're on Spotify, when you Anchor is a part of Spotify. So once you get on Spotify, you're like Spotify and Apple. You're on like almost every platform.
Yeah, it's about 30.
I'm on every major platform. So that's a good thing about being on a platform where they'll distribute it for you. Like that's something I don't have to worry about. Podbean takes care of that for me. They distribute my podcast, and I don't have to worry. All I have to do is upload it, put my thumbnail in there, a couple of hashtags, and off it goes.
True, that's true. Yeah, so like he said, so it's a lot of platforms I don't even know about, but it's called the podcast is called These Are the Untold, Unheard Stories of People's Lives by KC Matthews. Let's see what else. I am on Facebook and Instagram, so you could probably find me under KC Matthews. Yeah. And that's about it.
All right, KC, I appreciate you being on the show. We're definitely gonna link up some more. We're definitely gonna collab some more. Maybe I'll come on your show and we'll do something for that. So
yeah, that'd be an honor. And the film festival, they gave me my own channel to bring in content, and it's going to be subscription based. So that's how the channel will get paid, because the film festivals, they have millions of film festivals, but they're on one channel, IBMX or something like that. And basically, if you win,
IMB, they're IMB.
Yes. So they gave me my own channel to either continue to submit content to the festivals or give them content. And the third one is to run my own channel. So I am going to be, looking for people to help me with that, just to get it up and find talent, kind of like America's Got Talent, and, use my platform to allow other low income people who probably never had a chance or opportunity to be able to use that as well. So I'll definitely love to keep in contact with you.
Oh man, yeah, you got my email. Hit me up. I'm saying I'm definitely going to send you some links when I get everything posted and released, man. But I greatly appreciate you being on the show, coming on and telling your story.
Thank you.
And like I said, we're definitely going to keep in touch and definitely do some more collaborations. Like I said, I just want to help people put out great content. That's it, positive thing. And as long as it's positive and great content, I'm definitely all about. That's all I'm really focused on.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's been an honor, a blessing. You definitely contributing to helping me change my life, open doors, and help other people. So thank you.
All right.
Thank everybody for listening.
Thank you. Don't leave just yet. I'm just giving my quick shout outs and we'll talk a little bit off screen. Okay. All right. So now it's time for shout outs. Big shout out to my Real Wise fam, Poppy J, Brandy J. Love you guys, even though y'all be driving me crazy sometimes. Big shout out to the boss lady, Fina. Love you, baby. Appreciate all you do for me. And as always, a big shout out to all the essential workers out there. God bless you. Be safe. You know how your boy Wise does it. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Listen on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify. _B_blunt, Instagram @wise_B_blunt, and a Facebook fan page, www.facebook.com/wise76. Check back soon for new episodes. Until next time, peace out.